Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
It's definitely like 8 or 9 o'clock in the evening.
Welcome back to another episode of Ben and Sen.
So today is gonna be the second video that we promised you guys because we had technical difficulties and couldn't post on time. So today's,
I was a reason.
Yeah, I'm glad you know. Yeah, so the second video is going to be about, first of all, don't laugh at my nails. I didn't get them done, okay? But it is going to be...
You know what? I can do your nails next time.
Why would you do my nails?
Because you know everything I do, I'm the best at it.
Absolutely not. And we know that very well from the makeup video. Anyway, this video is going to be about my engagement ring. I don't know if you can see it well. Let me fix it. Make it look pretty. My engagement ring. Is it clear? Is it clear?
I can't even see it. And then you had to make this look.
I don't know if it's focused properly. There it is. Okay, so we're gonna talk about my engagement ring. And the proposal too, if you want to. I feel like we just did it extremely unconventional. Like, it's not like your typical big shindig, flowers, whatever, get on your knees, will you marry me, blah, blah, blah. Like, Ben is very, like, how would I say it? Ben is very, like, I want to make sure I get you what you like. So he was not trying to pick out my ring on his own. Especially because he knows that, I mean, I can't really say I'm picky. But, like, if it's going to be on my finger...
You're not picky?
No, but if it's going to be on my finger forever, I want to like looking at it. You know, I'm going to be honest here. If that makes me shallow, then I guess. But I want to be able to look at it and say, wow, I love my ring or whatever. And I remember when we were talking about it, like, the first thing I said to you was, oh my gosh, I would love to have a rose gold ring. Because it's different from, like, the yellow gold or the silver ring that's usually given. I felt like rose gold, even though it's like a color that's been around, but it's not really seen as much. And a lot of people compliment me on my ring. They're like, oh my gosh, your ring is so beautiful, it's different, blah, blah, blah. And then the second thing that I said was, I didn't want a diamond stone. I wanted something different. So those were the two things that I gave him. And even then he was like, not enough information. So pretty much to make things even easier, I went and I sent you like, what, 10 rings or whatever, and you just picked from the list pretty much, and we went from there. So that's how my ring was chosen. And honestly, with the proposal, again, we've been together for almost 9 years. So me, I was just like, there doesn't need to be a fancy proposal, like blah blah blah, like we don't need to do anything crazy, just propose, damn it. I want to wear my ring. And that's just, I guess that's eventually how you ended up proposing. And he was just like, one day he just got down on his knee and he just asked me if I'll marry him. And obviously I said yes, because I'm walking around with this rock on my finger. But in another retrospect, we got our ring from Etsy. Etsy makes a lot of like handcraft items or whatever. So we got my ring from Etsy, and my stone is, there are diamonds on here, like the diamonds on these on the side are diamonds, and the main stone is called a morganite. And I think the carats are, this is a 3-carat ring. Yeah, it's 3 carats.
You asking the wrong person.
You knew when you were buying it, but it's like, I feel like after you put the ring on my finger, it was
a year.
Yeah.
And then I think the only thing I remember that he would take you at least a month and a half, 2 months.
Yeah, it took us a while to receive it, and he was trying to hide it, but you can only hide it so well when you live in the same house, honestly. And on top of that, like, my hands are everywhere and everything, and I personally found the ring twice.
No, you only found it once.
No, I found it twice. Do you really want to go there?
Yes, I know for sure.
Okay, the first time I found it was in the shoe under the bed, and the second time I found it was in the file cabinet drawer.
It's the one.
How is that once? How is that once?
I don't know.
Exactly. I found it twice.
So you call that 2 in 1?
Oh my gosh. It wasn't the same day because you kept moving it.
Yeah. So
right?
Yeah, I did.
I don't know how many times you moved it, but out of the amount of times that he moved it, I found it twice. And yeah, I found it twice. But with that being said, I'll let you go into your experience with the seller and like the ease of purchasing the ring. I don't think it's necessary to tell people how much you bought the ring. That's his personal business. You can go into the information about like the seller, the ease of buying it. Did he provide you pictures and stuff like that? Like, if you had to rate it out of 5, how would you rate it?
The seller?
Yeah, the seller and the process of purchasing the ring.
I'll rate it 7.
Out of 10?
Yes, out of 10.
Even though I said out of 5?
Oh, you said out of 5? If it's out of 5, 3, because there were times I was just trying to talk to him, and he takes like a few days to answer. And then there were times, I don't know, like the price was different from when I bought it. And when I was trying to talk to him about it, and he told me because they had this promotion at that time when I bought it, the price was totally different. And I told him that's fine, but I think even when he wanted to deliver it, I told him do not leave the package
at the door.
At the door.
Yeah, that's
and then I just came home.
It's a valuable item.
Yes, I just came home one day and my sister told me I have a package, and it was so simple. And then I just opened it. It's just like pretty much a regular mail.
But how did it come? Did it come in a ring box and all that stuff?
Yes, it did come in a ring box, and I think the ring box was pretty nice, honestly, but I don't even know how it looked like.
Well, okay, so honestly, I'm gonna be honest about, because like I said, I sent you the group of rings for you to pick from or whatever. Again, unconventional, it is what it is. But when I looked at the ring in the picture versus what I received face to face, it did look a bit different. The ring, don't get me wrong, the ring is gorgeous, and like nothing would make me trade this ring for anything else unless you give me
I can't afford that.
No, but the ring did look a bit different, like in terms of the band. The band was a bit thin. So even though this is like the engagement ring and the wedding band, because as you can see, it's 2 rings, I have chunky fingers. So it just looked really off with just the engagement ring. So I just chose to wear the ring, both rings together as my engagement ring. And then if we decide to get a 3rd ring to like a ring guard or whatever to go from there, then we would add that to it and make it look even more beautiful. But another thing about it is the fact that the band is so thin. It kind of worries me in a sense that I have to get the ring resized, because I don't know if you guys can see it. I'm wearing a ring guard. I don't know if it's noticeable, but I'm wearing a ring guard because I had undergone sleeve surgery 1 year, and I lost so much weight so fast. We had gotten engaged in May. So that was, May 1st, 2018. I can't believe you just said really. You're annoying! And I had gotten my sleeve done in February 2018. So that's like what, 3 months? February, March, April. Yeah, that's 3 months. So 3 months after being sleeved, my ring was already a little loose, but then I lost more weight and it got even looser and even looser, and I had to get a ring guard because honestly, without the ring guard, I could just be talking to you right now and my ring would go flying. So I lost so much weight and my fingers got skinnier. like, I still have chunky fingers, don't get me wrong, but they got skinnier and my band was getting loose, so I had to get a ring guard. So that's like a downside because the band is already thin, and usually when they resize it, the band gets thinner. So I feel like if I were to get it resized, I'd only be able to resize it once, because if I keep resizing it, the band is going to be so thin and I'm going to lose the ring. So I do wish the band was thicker, but honestly, the ring is gorgeous. The ring is gorgeous. I get a lot of compliments on it. I love the fact that it's not your typical diamond ring, because I feel like diamond rings are just more for the hype. Just the fact that people think that diamond rings are the most expensive and the most extravagant, that's why everybody wants to go for a diamond ring. But I love seeing those rings where people get rubies, where people get sapphires, people do something different, because a diamond is not the only stone out there. And even though I'm not a big fan of pink, this Morganite ring was just perfect. It was beautiful. I love it on my finger. Again, I get a lot of compliments for it, and I would definitely recommend Etsy, because it saves you a lot. Like, you get a beautiful ring at the fraction of the price. I've had this ring on since May 1st, 2018. I do everything with it. I shower with it. I clean with it. My finger doesn't turn because it's pure gold. It's rose gold. And just the fact that we decided to go Morganite rather than diamond, we saved so much money. And then on top of that, it's like, it's gorgeous. It's really pretty. I love my ring. So that was my perspective on the purchase, and if I were to rate it out of 5, I would give it a 4 out of 5, only because of the band. Like the physical,
no.
You know, you're rating the service, I'm rating the ring.
Oh.
Yeah, the ring, I would give it a 4 out of 5, only because of the band. The band docked them a star because it's like, that band is just too thin. But I don't know if they even have, I don't think I've ever even seen ones with like thicker bands for that seller, I should say. Because I did a lot of extensive research before I came onto this one, picked a whole bunch and sent them all of them, and then just told him pick one, and he picked this one. So at least I know that I have a ring that both you and I love. Even though you're not crazy about the service, we love the ring. So
yeah, so even the seller, even after I bought it, he didn't even say thank you, note or nothing.
You didn't hear from him at all?
No, that's it. That was the only time. That's it.
He got his money and that was it?
This guy was doing straight business. That's it. He didn't even say thank you. He didn't even say did you receive it.
And I think
that was it. That was the only.
Because it was purchased on your account, I didn't even get a chance to go back and leave a review.
No, I don't.
Did you leave a review?
Oh no. I don't leave a review. I didn't leave a review, but actually I was not happy about the service.
Yeah, I feel like I actually witnessed a few times where you were really getting frustrated about the ring and you were about to just say screw it. At that time, I didn't fully know which ring you had picked when I first saw you like getting upset, but I was just like, I mean, just pick a different ring if that's the case. But because we had already paid for it and all that stuff, it was like, what more can you do?
Yeah, but it was a nice experience. If I have a chance to do it, I will do it again.
On Etsy or with that seller?
On Etsy.
Etsy? Okay. So you would recommend Etsy, you wouldn't recommend that seller?
That seller.
I don't even remember the name of the seller. It's been a while.
Yeah, or me, I don't know. I like purchase things online, so especially well-known company. That's what I even told you.
Yeah, that's why he wasn't too excited about purchasing a ring on Etsy, because he didn't know much about it. And even when he tried to do research on it, like there wasn't much information on Etsy. But like I've seen so many reviews on it, like on YouTube, and other people who have gotten their rings off of Etsy, whether it's a costume ring, whether it's an engagement ring, a wedding band, or a replacement ring, whatever the case is. I've seen a lot of people purchase on Etsy, and I was willing to take the risk because they had some beautiful rings on there, in my opinion. So that is the gist of it. If you guys have any additional questions about the ring besides the price, we'll be more than happy to share. If I have 100
people comments, I'm gonna share the price.
you're not gonna. You see, listen, let's talk about that statement. I went on Facebook one day and I just shared, was it 100 or 1,000? It was like a certain amount of comments. I think it was 500 comments, and I'll get pregnant by the end of this year. It only took 3 people to get to 500 comments. So you're going to have that one person that's going to go and comment. Exactly.
Yeah. Actually. So if we get 50 more subscribers, I'm going to share the price. Deal?
No.
Just 50 more subscribers. I'll tell you the price, and if you want receipt, credit card, as a proof, I'm gonna provide it.
I don't care. You're the one who bought it. I'm just wearing it. Yeah. So with that being said, like, comment, subscribe, smash that notification bell so that you guys are notified when we post again. Are you gonna kiss me this time?
Yes. So remember, guys, if I have 50 more subscribers, I'm gonna share the price.